Alright guys, I want to make a quick little video to show you how to change the blades on your planer. Now I have the Portercable benchtop portable power planer. I don't know what the exact procedure is going to be on your planer. I can only show you what it's going to be on this one. Now I've already done this top one, so I'm going to go ahead and flip the drum and show you how to install the blade on the other side. So obviously let's do safety first. Watch your fingers and toes. Unplug the machine. Obviously we don't want this thing turning on while we're in here working, so go ahead and make sure your machine is unplugged and free of power, and let's get started. Now the first tool you're going to need is a Torx bit 25. I don't know if you can see that, but this is not a standard Phillips head bit. This is a Torx bit. So we're going to go ahead and turn this over to our side that needs to be replaced. And you've got a series of 6 screws here that need to be taken out. Okay, now that we have our screws out, keep in mind, or beware, this is spring loaded. So once I take my hand off, there's 2 springs under here that are going to want to shoot out at you. So just be careful of that. Let's take that out of the way. Now, you can't see it very well on camera, but this is your blade right here, sitting on top of the drum. You've got your 2 springs. So let's go ahead and take those out of the way, because I really don't want to have to try and dig those out from inside the machine. Now, Portercable gives you this little tool right here to help get the blade out. It's got little magnets in it. Honestly, whatever, forget it. It's a piece of junk, doesn't work. You're just going to have to kind of finagle this thing out of here. You're just going to have to be really careful. Lift up on one end, and the whole thing pretty much just pops right out. Now this is I've already indexed these blades once, so they're pretty much toast. I'll keep a hold of them. Maybe I can resharpen them later on, but they're stock manufacturing blades, so I don't have a whole lot of hope for those. So first thing we want to do is we want to clear or clean this thing off. I've got this little, I don't even know what this thing is. It's for cleaning off like drum sanders or whatever, but I'm just going to get all that build up from use off of it, or at least try anyway. And give myself a nice clean surface to work on. And then just try and wipe free as much debris as you can. And give yourself a good clean work surface. Okay. Now, I went to lower expectations and got myself a new set of blades. They come in this nice little wrap here. Now they do package these with some oil on them. So get yourself a good clean rag, wipe that off. Be careful. These things are sharp and they will get you. So I'm just going to wipe those off. That's something I want to show you. See if I can get this on camera. This thing has 3 little oval slots in it, and those are for placement. You can kind of see it here on camera. You got a pin here, you've got a pin here, and also on the top clamp you have a placement pin here. So there's 3 pins all together. They're going to help locate inside this blade. So before I put this thing back on, I'm just going to wipe this thing down real quick. Okay. Now, first things first, put your screws back in. There are machined little divots or counter bores right here. They can only go in one place. Okay. Now that those are in, with a little finesse and patience, we're going to go ahead and place our blades on those pins. And I just generally try to get it, somewhat centered. And now that those 2 pins right here are holding the blade, we're going to try and get this pin to line up. Keep in mind, again, you got these springs in here, so it's a little bit of a trick. The other thing I just noticed, you'll notice on this bracket you've got a thick back piece right here and a beveled edge right here with your locating pin. So this is sort of kind of stupid proofed, so you can't really put it on backwards. Now the tricky part is keeping the drum from spinning on you while applying downward pressure to keep those springs from popping back out at you. Apply some pressure, not a lot, just enough to keep it from popping out. Go ahead and install your first screw. Now I'm not clamping this thing down very tight just yet. I just need it to stay in place while I get the rest of my screws in. Alright, got my screws in. Now, I haven't read anything saying that you have to do this, but I imagine that this is kind of like putting a wheel back on a car, right? You want to apply even pressure all the way across while you're tightening your screws down. Now I'm going to start in the middle and work my way out from either end, or to either end I should say. Now all I'm doing is just giving these things a good snug, and then I'll go back down and put some pressure on them here in a second. Remember, there's really nothing, I've seen other videos where guys are like, oh, you have to align your blades and get them all, dialed in. Nice thing about this planer, because you have 3 locating pins with those oval slots, there's no back and forth adjustment that you need to make, and this locator pin right here pretty much centers it for you, so there's really nothing to do. So now I'm going to go back and just snug them up. Alright, that's it. Now we just reinstall the dust cover. And that's it. That's all there is to it.